Welcome back to another day in the world of car craze, where the smell of fuel, the hum of engines, and the thrill of new metal keep us moving. Today's story takes us somewhere special, somewhere between nostalgia and the future, because we're diving into the 2026 MG MGB, a name that's been asleep for decades but has finally awakened with a modern heartbeat. The MGB isn't just a car, it's a legacy. For years, classic car lovers talked about its return as if it were a myth, a dream that would never leave the showroom sketchbook. But now, the badge is back, redesigned, reimagined, and reborn for a new generation of enthusiasts. And what MG has done with the 2026 model might just surprise everyone, purists and newcomers alike. The first impression is unmistakable. The 2026 MGB still carries the same emotional tug that made the original a cult favorite. There's a nod to the signature long hood and compact rear deck, but this time, every curve is sharpened, every line re-sculpted. MG didn't simply recreate a classic, they modernized the idea of one. The proportions still whisper, Roadster, but the stance now screams confidence, widened and lowered with an aggressive posture that gives the car a more planted, more intentional look than ever before. Then there's the front fascia. Gone are the chrome bumpers of the 60s, but in their place is a sleek, minimalist design that nods to British heritage without getting stuck in the past. LED headlights with a circular signature pattern recall the vintage MGB eyes, but inside them, the lighting tech is as advanced as anything on the road today. The grille is smaller and more subtle than those on other MG models, clearly shaped with aerodynamics in mind, yet still instantly recognizable. Moving along the sides, the flush door handles, the precise character lines, and the soft top roof, electronic now, of course, come together to blend classic glamour with modern engineering. And the wheels. MG went bold with turbine-style alloys that look like they could have been inspired by the classic wire wheels but executed in a completely futuristic way. The rear keeps things clean and elegant, the kind of simplicity that speaks loudly without trying too hard. Slim LED taillights, a neatly integrated diffuser, and exhaust outlets that actually fit the car instead of overwhelming it. Everything at the back seems designed to remind the driver that this car, even in 2026, is meant to be enjoyed from behind the wheel, out on the open road, just the way the original MGB was intended. Slip inside, and the transformation becomes even more dramatic. The 2026 MGB interior respects the vintage blueprint but refuses to be stuck there. Instead of plasticky modern minimalism or an overdone luxury look, the cabin finds a balance. Leather-trimmed seats with subtle stitching patterns echo the original designs, but the bolstering and ergonomics give you that modern sports car support. The dashboard is clean, almost retro in its simplicity, but right at the center sits a full digital display that controls navigation, media, car settings, and more. MG has added physical knobs where it matters, temperature control, volume, and drive mode selection, because a Roadster experience shouldn't be lost in touchscreen menus. The steering wheel is compact and purposeful, with just enough buttons to be convenient without being cluttered. Behind it sits a crisp digital cluster that changes depending on how the car is driven. There's a classic theme that mimics the vintage MGB gauges, and for anyone who loves retro touches, that is pure genius. But the biggest question surrounding the return of the MGB has always been, what powers it? And here's where MG makes its boldest move in decades. The 2026 MGB arrives with two powertrain options. The first is a turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine designed for purists who still want the visceral feel of internal combustion. It's punchy, delivering around 260 horsepower, making it the most powerful MGB ever put into production. That's more than enough to make this lightweight roadster come alive on twisty roads, providing quick acceleration and a throaty exhaust note that carries a hint of British nostalgia. Then comes the second option, an electric variant. Yes, the MGB has gone electric, and before anyone cries blasphemy, MG went to great lengths to ensure that the electric version still feels like a roadster. The battery pack is placed low to maintain balance, the electric motor delivers instant torque, and the overall driving dynamics stay true to the car's spirit. With around 230 horsepower and crisp throttle response, the electric MGB turns city streets and country lanes into playgrounds. But the magic of the 2026 MGB isn't just about numbers. It's about the way the car connects with the driver. Steering feel is tight and communicative. The suspension is tuned to be sporty but not punishing. MG clearly wanted to revive that sense of openness, that connection to the road that made the original so beloved. Top-down driving in the 2026 model gives you wind, sound, and energy, not isolation. On the technology front, MG struck a thoughtful balance. You get modern essentials: wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, a high-quality sound system, adaptive cruise control, and a full suite of safety features. But nothing in the car feels like it overshadows the driving experience. Even the digital elements are designed to fade into the background once the engine, or motor, starts singing. Then comes the question of who this car is made for. It's easy to say it's for classic car lovers who want something modern, but it's more than that. It's for drivers who crave simplicity in a time when cars are becoming rolling computers. It's for people who want to feel the road instead of fighting software updates. It's for younger enthusiasts discovering the magic of a Roadster for the first time. And it's for older fans who grew up dreaming about an MGB parked in their garage. MG has priced the 2026 MGB to be surprisingly accessible, deliberately aiming to recapture the original spirit of an affordable, fun, everyday sports car. This isn't a supercar. It's not trying to be. It's a companion for weekend drives, a machine that's just as happy cruising along a coastal highway as it is climbing a mountain pass or navigating a downtown street. And maybe that's the secret behind the revival. The automotive world is full of high-tech machines that accelerate like rockets and corner like race cars. But none of them capture the romantic simplicity of a lightweight roadster designed to make everyday driving feel special. The MGB name carries a kind of charm that doesn't need massive horsepower figures or futuristic gimmicks. It just needs heart. And the 2026 version has plenty of it. As you finish your drive and park the car, it's easy to imagine the original MGB designers nodding with approval. MG didn't forget where the car came from. They didn't erase the identity that made it iconic. Instead, they took everything that worked, everything that people loved, and rebuilt it with new materials, new engineering, and new technology. The 2026 MGB isn't a tribute, it's a continuation. A modern classic, reborn for drivers who believe that the road should be felt, not filtered. A car that keeps one foot in the past and the other confidently stepping into the future. The 2026 MG MGB isn't just a return, it's a reminder. A reminder of why we fall in love with cars in the first place. And that wraps up today's deep dive. Thanks for spending another day with Car Craze, where stories of old legends and new machines never stop rolling.